Welcome to my online class. In previous lecture, we have proved that if v1, v2, vn are vectors in V, then either they are linearly independent or some vector vk is a linear combination of preceding vectors v1, v2, so on up to v suffix k minus 1. So in this lecture, we will prove some corollaries depending on previous lectures result. So we have first corollary statement is if v1, v2, so on up to vn in V have W as its linear span, and if v1, v2, so on up to vk are linearly independent vectors, then we can find a subset of v1, v2, so on up to vn of the form v1, v2, so on up to vk, v suffix I suffix 1, so on, and last element is v suffix I suffix r, consisting of linearly independent elements whose linear span is also W. That means we are given n vectors v1, v2, vn in the vector space V whose linear span is W, and if v1, v2, vk are linearly independent vectors, then we will find a subset of v1, v2, vn whose linear span is W, as well as the elements in the subset are linearly independent. So we begin with the proof. So if v1, v2, vn are linearly independent, then the theorem is proved. So we assume that v1, v2, vn are not linearly independent. That means they are linearly dependent. So in order to make them linearly independent, we will remove from this set an element vj, which is a linear combination of preceding ones. Here we are using previous theorem. Since v1, v2, vk are linearly independent for j greater than k, so we will construct a subset of v1, v2, vn in which we will just remove vj. So we have a subset v1, v2, vk, so on v suffix j minus 1, v suffix j plus 1, and so on v suffix n, which consists of n minus 1 number of elements. So clearly its linear span is contained in W, but we claim that it is actually equals to W. That means we claim that linear span of these vectors equals to W. So for given W in the set capital W, W can be written as linear combination of v1, v2, vn. Here we have given v1, v2, vn have W as its linear span, and by the definition of linear span, we have every element in W can be written as linear combination of v1, v2, vn. So for arbitrary element W, this W can be written as linear combination of v1, v2, vn. But in this linear combination, we can replace the vj by a linear combination of v1, v2, so on up to v suffix j minus 1. That means W is a linear combination of v1, v2, so on up to Vk, so on V suffix j minus 1, V suffix j plus 1, and so on. Last vector is V suffix n. So we continue this removing process and we will reach to a subset V1, V2, so on up to V suffix k, V suffix I suffix 1, so on up to V suffix I suffix r, whose linear span is still W, but in which no element is a linear combination of the preceding ones. So by the previous theorem, whose statement is if V1, V2, Vn are in V, then either they are linearly independent or some Vk is a linear combination of the preceding ones V1, V2, V suffix k minus 1. So by this, using this theorem, we conclude that these vectors V1, V2, V suffix k, V suffix I suffix 1, and so on up to V suffix I suffix r must be linearly independent. And we have already know that their linear combination is, their linear span is W. So therefore the corollary is proved. Next we have second corollary. Its statement is if V is a finite dimensional vector space, then it contains a finite set V1, V2, so on up to Vn of linearly independent elements whose linear span is V. So we begin with the proof. So since V is a finite dimensional vector space, it is the linear span of finite number of elements u1, u2, so on up to um. So by using corollary 1, we can find a subset of these denoted by v1, v2, vn, consisting of linearly independent elements whose linear span must also be V. Next we have definition for basis. A subset S of a vector space V is called a basis of the vector space V if S consists of linearly independent elements and V equals to linear span of S. That means every element in the vector space V can be written as linear combination of vectors in the set S. So for example, we consider a vector space V whose elements are n tuples in which every component belongs to the field F, be a vector space, then E1, then the vectors E1, E2, so on up to En. So we have already proved that E1, E2, En are linearly independent, and we also know that every element in the vector space V can be written as linear combination of E1, E2, En. That means V equals to linear span of E1, E2, En. That means these vectors E1, E2, En forms a basis of V. Next, third corollary states that if V is a finite dimensional vector space and if U1, U2, so on up to Um span V, then some subset of U1, U2, so on up to Um forms a basis of V. Thank you.